Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Katrina with Trady's Plans, and tonight I'm actually sitting down at my desk. I've got my cup of coffee, well, my cream with coffee in it, I guess you could say. It's probably more creamer than it is coffee. But I mean, this is typically, my kids are in bed, everything's done for the night. I do have a few things that I need to touch up, but for the most part, my stuff for the evening is done. So this is typically when I sit down to do my faith planning and to just kind of touch in and gather my thoughts and whatnot for the day. So I've had several people message me and ask me to film how I do my faith planning, and the way I'm going to have to do it, just kind of a heads up so that it works with the way that I faith plan and that I can film it, is I will explain what I'm going to do, and then I'll have to pause the video. I'm not going to read my scriptures and all that stuff out loud or on camera. I'll pause the video and then I'll come back once I'm done reading it and then walk you through what I've done or how I'm doing whatever it is that's next, the next step. So that just seems to make the most sense to get it done. So if you guys want to see what I do, stay tuned, and you'll get to see my process. So what I do first is I pull up on my iPad. Hold on one second. This is not. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, sorry, there was a glitch in my iPad, in my app. So, anyways, I pull up my verse of the day, and then I pull out my planner that I keep track of that in. Actually, hold on one second. I made some changes to this today, and I took out December. Let me go grab my December pages. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my December pages. As I shared with you guys earlier, when I was setting up this planner, and I was talking about it, I am currently using a dashboard layout. However, the dashboard layout really isn't working because there's not enough room. So I'm moving in 2022. I'm moving to a horizontal layout, which I think I'm going to like a whole lot better. I don't have any extra horizontal layout pages that I can take from to put in for December, so I'm going to have to make do with what I have, which is kind of a bummer, but it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm just going to pull this page out. I don't like writing in my planner with it on the discs. So pull that page out, and then I'm going to use this pen here. I don't know how to say this, a Stadler Tri Plus Fine Liner is what it is. And then I'm just going to write, so the verse of the day for today is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verses 2 through 4. And then I'm going to write that verse. Okay, so I have it written. I wasn't able to get all of it in. I actually wasn't able to get I got the second verse and most of the third verse, but I wasn't able to get all of it, which is one of the reasons that I'm going to the horizontal layout, because it just has more room. And not only that, but in this planner, so the left-hand side of the page, I don't use this page. It just goes to waste. I don't decorate in this planner. It's very functional. It's just something for me to say, hey, I can look back and say, these are the days that I touched in, that I, touched base. And it just works for me. I can't explain why it works. And I find that if I read my verse of the day at night, I can look back and reflect on what it is that, this verse today So 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 3, talk no more so exceeding proudly, let no arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. The bows of the mighty men are broken, and they that stumbled are girded with strength. That hits home with me today for many different reasons. So it just, I don't know, I guess it kind of just puts the day in perspective for me. So there's that part. So then I'll just pop this right back into my planner. And again, like I said, this page just stays blank. So I'm really looking forward to these next couple of weeks hurrying up and getting over so that I can, it's actually this week and next week. That way I can move into my horizontal layout fairly quickly. So I'm looking forward to that. So, I may like dig through my stash and see if I have any horizontal, even if the dates are wrong, any horizontal pages that I could use. I mean, I know I could pull from later on in the year, because I probably will buy a new planner mid-year next year, but anyways. Okay, so the second section of this planner, of this Transformer planner, is basically it's two planners on one set of rings, is my, oh, that's October. This is my devotional. So I'm done with my iPad. So I'll just set it over here off to the side. I'm going to set this off to the side. And then I'm going to grab my, so tonight I'm still in my, I have several devotional books that I kind of flip back and forth through. But this one is Embraced. It's 100 Devotionals to Know God is Holding You Close by Lisa TerKeurst. They're absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to flip to the next one. And this one's called The Pineapple Principle. I've already read this one and I've already done it. And, went through this process back in October, but then I stopped. So I'm kind of starting over with this book, just to kind of, I don't know, fill myself in on, just kind of catch up and give myself a refresher. So, anyways, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to read this and then I'll be back and I'll show you what I've done in this planner. Okay, so I am done with that. I'm done reading the devotional. So I'm just going to grab my pencil. I like doing this part in pencil. So I'm just going to and I did number 2, and it was called, I believe, the Pineapple Principle. And then just the page. Okay. I believe it started on page 6. Okay. Okay, guys. So, sorry for all the stops and the pauses in the video and all of that, but like I said, this really is the only way that I know how to do it. So where it will make sense and the video is not 4 hours long. So, excuse me, this is my, basically just some little notes that I wrote down on the devotional, the things I took out of the devotional. Basically, the principle of it was she loved the taste of fresh pineapple, didn't know how to cut a fresh pineapple, so instead of learning how to do it or asking for help, she never bought fresh pineapple, and then she was at a friend's house, the friend brought one out, cut it, and she was like, really, I've not had something that I really enjoy for that long. simply because I didn't know how to slice the top off, the bottom off, and then cut the sides. So if you're struggling with something or you don't know how to do something, what I got from that was, and from the reading was, don't put it off because you don't know how to do it. Ask for help, ask for guidance, ask the Lord, ask your neighbor, ask your grandma, watch a YouTube video, whatever. And then the Bible scripture that was on that devotional talked about not just reading the Lord's, the word, but applying it to your life, live it, breathe it, apply it, be it, and that's when real change happens. So that's what I got out of it. So that's pretty much what I wrote down. So I've done my daily verse and I've done my devotional. So I'm going to put this back. Now I'm going to grab out Seamless by Angie Smith. This is the Bible study that I'm doing. I'm on page 41, I believe. Let's see. So let me come here and let me just verify page 40 was finished. Yes. So, and this is where the actual Bible studying comes into place. So let me just set this over here on my computer. Okay, so then I'm going to go through and I'm going to read this. So starting off, I've already read, because it told me over here to read chapter 15. So I've already read chapter 15 and I've also written the entire chapter. So I have a Bible verse here. So I've already written it. I'm just going to do that real quick because I forgot to do it yesterday. So I'm going to pull out my Bible and I'm going to read Genesis chapter 15, verse 12. And it says, "As the sun was setting, Abram fell into a deep sleep, and a thick and dreadful darkness came over him." Okay, and so this is asking me, in Genesis 15:12, what do we learn about Abram's condition during this process? So we know that his condition was a great darkness fell upon him. So then let me grab some stickers. Because of course we're planners, we like all of our stuff to be cute. So let's just find okay, so there's that one. And let's just pop this. Yeah, maybe not that one. Let's do this green, this teal colored one. If I can get it off. It's the backing that's coming with it. Okay, and let's just put that there. Okay. And then we'll add more stickers and more. So then I just make the little asterisk. And then I'm going to write the question. In Genesis 15:12, what do we learn about Abram condition during this process? Okay, and then I'm going to let that dry a little bit because this is a gel pen. So then I'm going to grab, I like to do a couple of different thicknesses of pen. So Abram. So to answer it, I'm just going to write Abram. In a deep, dark, what were the exact words? Let me look again. 15:12. Fell into a deep sleep. Deep sleep. With a dreadful darkness coming over him. I don't worry about my writing or anything like that. I mean, it's just for me. I mean, I'm sharing it with you guys, yes, but I'm really doing this just for me, just so that I enjoy studying God's Word. That's really what it boils down to. So I've done that. Then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to finish reading this. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to finish reading it and then I'll come back. Okay, so I finished reading. I wrote down a few notes. So now I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of decorating. So I'm just going to kind of put this here and just kind of fill up this space because I'm getting ready to move to a different page of the Bible study. So let's put a little flag here as a note. Let's get one of these little green ones. Put it here as a note. And then I've got this space here. So let's see. I could go way crazy on the decorating. I try to hold back. I really try to hold back. So then here's a little, let me find a box, a small box. And this just says, today I'm praying for. I'm just going to put this. This isn't something I normally include, but today I'm gonna. Today I'm praying for strength. That's, yes. Okay, so let's get a different book. I have all my faith books up here. I keep them in a separate section on my little stand that's over here, just so that I can pull them out when I'm doing my faith planning. And I don't really worry about a theme when I'm decorating this stuff, these pages. I just kind of do whatever I feel at that moment. Now I do know that there are, I wish I had hundreds and hundreds of these. I need to make some. That's what I need to do. I want to add a few more little things in here. Just to kind of fill in the spaces. Yeah. Okay, so give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's that. Got that page filled up. So I just want to write one last thing. Ouch. I just pinched my finger. So then I want to put the page number. So this was page 41. And then my page numbers I color in blue. And then I just put them there. And then I move on to the next one. So the next one is Ishmael and Isaac. So I'm just going to write that here. And then that gets pink. I really love these gel highlighters from Mr. Pen. I got them off Amazon. I think they were like $7, if even that. I'm not sure. But I'm definitely going to order another pack of them. And they're kind of like an eyeliner pencil. So it twists up. So the only one I've had twist up is my gray one. It's pretty worn down. The tip of it is pretty, so I've already had to twist it up. But this is the one I use to highlight all my Bible verses. So at the end of this study, it's going to be the reason I'm highlighting them in my Bible is because at the end of this study, I want to go back and see which ones I have read, which Bible verses I've read. So that's the reason for me highlighting them. Okay, so now I'm going to set this over to the side and I'm going to bring this in. So the first thing it says is, if you haven't already, go ahead and read Genesis 15. In verse 13, what does God tell Abram will happen to his offspring? We'll come back to this in a bit, but make a note of it here. Okay, so I've already read Genesis 15, but I read it yesterday. So in order to refresh myself, then I will go back and read Genesis 15, verse 13. I believe that's when he tells him. So this talks about, verse 12 talks about him being in a deep sleep, and the dreadful darkness came over him. And then the Lord said to him, know for certain that for 400 years your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own, and that they will be enslaved and mistreated there. So, I mean, as a mom, as a parent, I don't know that that sounds very appealing, but I mean, I guess that's the way they did it back then. So, I'm just going to make the asterisk like I did before. And then I'm not going to write all of that. I'm just going to put, what does God tell Abram will happen to his offspring? Okay, and then I'll grab another size pen, and then okay, and then I'll take my yellow highlighter and I'll highlight the asterisk and then just pop that back in there. Okay, so that's pretty much how I do it. I'm going to keep reading and then I'll come back and I'll finish. I'm probably going to get all the way through Ishmael and then stop at Isaac. I'm not sure, but I'm at least going to get down to here before I stop for the evening. It really just depends on how things go, how much it is. I don't do this so this is supposed to all be day 2. These and then day 3 starts on page 47. So from page 42 to 47 or 46 is supposed to be day 2, but that's not how I do it. I just do it until my brain is done for the night. I process it, and then, or however much time allows for me to be able to do it, and then I just stop and pick up the next day. Because that's how it works for me right now with everything that I have going on. That's how it works for me. So that's how I'm doing it. So I'm going to continue reading, and I'm going to pause the video, and then I'll be back. Okay, guys, so just quick touch base, just to kind of show you I'm not quite done, but I'm almost done. So part of the study was to read Genesis chapter 16, verse 7 through 15. And then it asks the question, what does God tell her about the son that will soon be born to her? So I've gone ahead and I've pulled out my Bible and I've read those verses. But what I like to do is, just so I have a reference point, like in something to like look back on, is I write the verses. Any Bible verse that my Bible study tells me to read, I write on this floral paper. So I'm almost done with it. I'm going to go ahead and finish, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I do with it. Okay, so I'm done writing those verses, so I'm going to set my Bible, oops, as I wrinkle my pages, I'm going to set that off here to the side. So it's like 1.5 pages, which is fine. That I don't mind. Let me grab my book and go back to where my study is. So I have this page here, which goes in here. And then I'll put these 2 pages here, so that whenever I am flipping through, and then let me grab my gray highlighter. Okay. Let me pull this back out because I'm not quite done. I'm not sure why I put that away, but you know, whatever. So I need to answer the question, what does God tell her about the son that will soon be born to her? And what he tells her is that he will be a wild donkey. He will be a wild donkey of a man, whose hand will be against everyone and everyone's hand against his. Yeah, including his brothers. So that's a wild donkey of a man. It's a fantastic description. So then I'm going to I have these little bullets up here on my desk. Oh, those are smiley faces. Hang on 1 second. Let me see if I have bullets that aren't smiley faces. I don't think I do, but I have these little flags, and those will work just fine. I have some loose sticker sheets that need to go in my loose sheet binder. So I'm just going to put some flags here, just to kind of give it a little bit of jazzed up on these little points that I pulled out of the reading. I kind of like to note that. I could use the highlighter, but this kind of works too. So, okay, so let me stick that back over there, put that away, get all my pens put away. They're kind of a hot mess. So then I'm going to pop this back into here because it is done. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Because this page is over, I need to write page 42. Just put that down there, and then I highlight my page in blue. So so let's just recap. I did finished page 41, did my decorating, did most of page 42. I have a very small section left. And then I wrote my Bible verse. So then I'll just grab a new piece of paper and I will continue with page 42. It has another verse, Genesis 17, 1 through 8. So I will continue to do that same process. And that's what I do every single day. Now, if in the event that I need to go through and highlight these, in the event that I read a verse and I don't understand it, so like on 16:7 through 15, it stops, or it starts in the middle of here. So like if I wanted to know a lot of times I will read the verses prior to. So like when I was reading this, I read the entire chapter 16. But because the Bible study didn't say to read the entire chapter 16, I just did that for my own well-being. I only highlighted what it said to read. So that's the difference. And then we're going to start talking about Genesis 17, the covenant of circumcision. Can't wait to delve into that. Yes. I understand that there's a biblical point to circumcision, and I'm probably going to read this entire chapter just so that I know, I want to understand it, and I'm probably going to take notes on it separately and put them somewhere else. I'm not sure where, but I'll figure it out. I may leave them in here, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how much this covers in the whole circumcision part. But I just want to make sure that I fully understand the biblical point behind circumcision. Yes. So, anyways, that's how I do my faith planning. I try to do it every single night, like I said. This is supposed to be a 7-week study. This is probably going to take me a month to get through, which is absolutely fine. There's no rush for myself. I'm not putting myself under any pressure. I find whenever I put myself under pressure like that I give up. I'm doing this not because I feel like I have to do it. I'm delving into learning the Word and studying the Word because I feel like it's something I want to do, not because I have to do it or I feel pressured to do it because if I don't do it, I'm not a good Christian or something like that. I don't feel any of that outside pressure. I'm doing it simply because I want to. So I want to take my time and I want to read and I want to do it how it works for me in my life right now. Now, if that means that next week I'm not grieving as much or I find that I have more time, to be able to do an entire day's worth of Bible study in one day, to do the whole, this is day 2 and I'm stopping here. So if tomorrow I can finish all of day 2 and that's what I get done, that's great. But if I can only do this page, then that's great too. I'm not, like I said, I'm not putting any pressure on myself to do it in any specific time or order. I'm just being very gentle with myself and being very aware of where I'm at, spiritually, where I'm at mental health wise. For those of you that don't know, my mother-in-law came home in June, and I took care of her until October. She was on hospice and she passed in October, and then her husband, my father-in-law, came home in November on hospice, and he passed away last week. It hasn't even been a full week since he's been gone, and I'm hurting and I feel broken and I feel lost. And I know they were, several people have said, because I've talked about this in a few of my videos, several people have said, but they were just your in-laws. But in my case, I know that's the case for a lot of people, but in my case, they weren't just my in-laws. They were my mom and they were my dad. There was no, that's my daughter-in-law, my mother-in-law, you know. I know technically that's who they were, but they were my family, and I don't love them any differently, and I miss them every day, and I'm honored that I was able to be the one to take care of them at the end of their life, and to let them know that every day when they woke up, they were loved, and that throughout the day that they were loved, and as they went to bed, they were loved. Their grandkids were with them, their kids were with them. Everybody important was able to come and see them, and it was a beautiful thing. We just miss them, and if I could roll back the clock and do it all over again, I would. But I just feel broken. So, yeah, that's why I'm just doing this as my heart allows me to do it and the time allows me, and I'm making sure that I'm grieving, and I'm making sure that I'm writing about my grieving, and I'm talking to God about it, and just doing whatever it is that I feel like I need to do in order to heal. So, if you guys have any questions specifically about my faith planning or anything else, my life is pretty much an open book. There's very few things that I don't share about my life on my channel. So if there's anything that you want to know, go ahead and reach out to me. Send me a private message. Leave a comment, whatever. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. I will be putting out a faith plan with me once a week. I'm thinking it's going to be on Fridays, but I'm not overly sure on the exact date. I'm still working out a schedule so that every week on Monday this video comes out, and on Tuesday it's the same video that comes out every week. You know, if I'm going to do Tuesday social media, Wednesday my catch-all, Faith Fridays, you know, something like that. I'm not sure. But I'm still working out the schedule, but I will have them every week. So if you want to know when those hit, go ahead and after you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and it will tell you, you will have some options on how you can customize the notifications once my videos hit. So thank you guys for watching. I hope it didn't bore you. I hope you don't mind all of the starts and stops. It was the easiest way that I could figure out how to do it so that this video, I mean, it's already a long video, but if I wouldn't have done that, it would have been like 3 hours. So, between being a mom, having kids, doing all that stuff, plus getting this done, and the dogs and all that, it just would have been a really long video. So, again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.